Yo, what you lot saying? It's your boy Jababoy here, and this is going to be a little disclaimer explaining why this video is going to be out later than expected. Video is going to be out later than expected because of the little amount of time I have to edit it properly before the said event, which is the fight. Now, in order for me to properly edit it and give you guys the best video possible without me rushing and feeling pressure, then obviously I have to delay it, which is in fact what I'm doing. I do apologise for this. I will look to improve on this in future in order to satisfy you guys. So with that, I hope you understand, and with that being said, enjoy the video.
So, the fight's been announced today, November 9th, Staples Center in LA. How are you feeling?
Excited. So
I will never forget the look of shock and disappointment on both fighters' faces. Now, Tevin, here's a look at the rules for the upcoming fight. This is kind of a joke.
Yeah.
I'm here with Natalie. She is Logan's biggest fan. You even made a sign for him. Why are you excited to be here today?
I am so excited because I know he's going to win.
All right, well, back to you, Lauren. Thank you, Natalie. Look at what happened at last year's press conference.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah.
Listen. Zoom into my face right now. Mr. and Mrs. KSI, thank you. I fucking love you for giving me the opportunity to beat the shit out of your assholes.
Hey. Oh, what?
I never heard of him.
That's cool.
Let's go, champ.
No one's heard of you for the last 5 years, but it's okay. It's okay.
in this fight, you're gonna be Kong and I'm gonna be the coyote.
That was fucked up. That was fucked up.
London, what the fuck? How does that make you feel, bro?
I respect it. I respect you. I do.
Let's go, champ.
I'm gonna give a wet willy to your belly button, bro.
Let's go, champ.
Tell him how hard I am.
I'm not gonna make this too complicated.
You're dumb.
What is your prediction for the fight?
I'll go first.
Let's go, champ.
Well, show me
I'm
then.
gonna slap you in the face with a fish, bro.
Coming in right now is the main man, the UK's YouTube boxing champion, Mr. KSI. I mean, I would introduce your opponent, but
Is he not?
the word on the street is he's not coming.
Oh, wow.
Yo, what you lot saying? It's your boy Jababoy here, and today is a very, very special video. I'm talking about the rematch between KSI and Logan Paul, and obviously I did a preview for that last year when the first fight occurred. This is where shit gets real and personal. See that everyone's booing the fuck out of Logan. You can see JJ back in Logan's hair, of course. You may remember it from certain things such as
Lapse in my judgment.
I think JJ is going to do it. I think he's got this. But now we're doing it again. This time the rematch. And this time it is a proper pro fight. I'm talking no head guard, 10-ounce gloves. And furthermore, it will be promoted by Matchroom Boxing by Eddie Hearn. A guy that has promoted a lot of good fights. A lot of classical, really, really good big fights. Including the Tony Bellew v David Hay fights. The Katie Taylor fights. The AJ fights. And so much more. So to have him promote this fight is massive, really, really massive, and it just shows to the level of how much YouTube boxing has grown and has evolved ever since that first encounter, KSI Joe Weller, in February of last year. So in saying that, I'm going to be giving you guys the ultimate preview. It includes reacting to the press conferences that happened during the build-up and the lead-up to the fight, talking about all the commotion that happened after that, including face-offs, documentaries that have been uploaded by DAZN, and and even one done by Logan Paul that was uploaded a while back as well. Many more, including of course the last fight and talking about it in detail, giving you guys a good perspective, a good idea on how the second fight will play out this time around. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and if you do enjoy it, then be sure to hit the like button down below, and if you want more of me, hit the subscribe button down below with the notification next to it so you can get when the next videos are, because you're not in the loop, you're not in the loop, you miss out. Alright, let's get into the video, and we'll start by reacting to the press conference that occurred in the build up and the lead up to the fight. So with that being said, follow me to the computer where I'm going to be reacting to some fights. Right, so you can clearly see that Logan is a bigger person now than he was last year. Remember, he was a lot of vegan diets and stuff like that. Now that the weight has been moved up to sort of like, you can see it really clearly that Logan has gotten much bigger in terms of his figure, pretty much. That's probably going to be a good sign to the fight. We don't know. It will truly affect, I mean, for sure it will effectively improve his power and stuff like that, but will it be enough to really hurt and take down JJ? We'll have to see, but definitely looks a lot bigger for sure. Obviously you can see JJ's a lot bigger now. You can see that he is as well too, so like I said, these two are going to be a lot heavier now. They're going to be really much more powerful than they were in the first fight last year. And funny enough, what I caught on was all of this stuff. So pretty much taunting Logan Paul, the mind games coming in and stuff like that. And that's pretty much what you have to do in any press conferences that you're at. You have to get in the mind of someone. Conor McGregor and other people like him are very good at doing that, are getting in the head. It speaks true as well with McGregor and Aldo, which is a fantastic example to point out, because McGregor was talking shit on Aldo. That really fucked up Aldo's mentality, and then when we got to the fight eventually in December, yeah, McGregor was there to put him away so quickly. So definitely something that JJ has taken and continues to do from last year, what you of course in the last press conferences. So yeah, you can see Jake Paul there smoking some smoke from his cigar there. I don't know why he was smoking cigar at the press conference, to be honest. Very weird. I don't know whether it's his new lifestyle that he's taking or something like that. Yeah, very weird for Jake, knowing that, you know, the personality he is, you know, the type of guy he is and all that. He would never do something like that, but I guess, you know, you never know with certain people and their private life and all that. So yeah, but yeah, weird flex, to be honest, I'm not gonna lie. So you can hear there, Shannon Briggs just, oh my god, I fucking hate Shannon. He's the most annoying person I've ever heard, or seen, ever. Oh, what he's saying, the way he's saying it, it's just so fucking annoying. Like, dude, oh my god. Dude, if I was there, I would have told Shannon to shut the fuck up or something, because he is fucking annoying as shit. Do you ever fucking listen to yourself once in a while? So you can see there Logan, another technique that he's using to sort of get in the mind of JJ, of course, sort of bringing the phone to him, sort of bringing all the attention to JJ. But JJ, of course, you know, the guy that, you know, is good at sort of mental warfare and stuff like that, just sort of brushes it off, says like, you know, what's good, like, he doesn't get fazed by it at all. And that's one good thing about JJ, that he's, you know, he doesn't give a shit on this bullshit that's going on in front of him. And in fact, you can even see Vidal as well doing that too. So both of them still, like, Team JJ are not too fazed by it. So yeah, not really a big W for Logan. I think just a massive L, to be honest. An unnecessary L, to be honest. So yeah, Shannon there just trying to talk big and look big towards JJ, you know, sort of taunting him again, once again. Yeah, it's just not working out. JJ's just sort of absorbing it and just brushing it off. Yeah, Shannon is definitely the most annoying person ever that I've ever seen or heard, to be honest. Like, the shit that he says is so bullshit. And I can guarantee you, you know, during the fight or something, when shit goes wrong, Shannon's gonna be like, yeah, just to let you guys know, Shannon is the main fucking head coach for Logan Paul. So, oh gosh, It's just gonna be fucking weird. Like, just imagine if Logan's losing. Shannon's got no choice to say, "Let's go, champ! Let's go, champ!" You know, some out of bullshit like that. So yeah, it's, like legit, it would just be the funniest shit ever. Like the desperation or something. Oh man, but still, on a real, just Shannon fucking annoys the hell out of me.
That's cool, that's cool. No one's heard of you for the last 5 years, but it's okay.
Oh my god, that was good. That was good from Vidal. Holy shit. Oh my god. Damn, what a way to like come back at Shannon there. Shut him down, put him to bed. Dude, that was good. When I heard it in September live, I was sucking going nuts on that. That was so brilliant from Vidal, legit.
KSI is the champion. We're coming with a strong team. Our team in the UK is strong. Our team in the US is strong. We'll have Jeff Mayweather helping us out, Larry Wade. These are world championship coaches. We got Leon who helping as well. We got a strong team. So I want to say, everyone keep cheering, keep supporting the event. And knockout coming for KSI on November 9th.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I do believe that, to be honest, as well. You know, from what we've seen from the footage that we've been given from the Can't Lose to other videos and stuff like that, his camp, KSI's training camp and all his coaches and stuff like that he had are really, really strong. Very fucking strong. Actually, probably stronger than Logan's, to be honest, because aside from Vidal, Leon, both very good fighters, good boxers, and very good coaches as well, have helped JJ go from this gamer or entertainer to this boxer, really good boxer, is unreal. And now that he's got the help, and I know he's already had the help before from the Mayweathers, particularly with Jeff and all the others, I've forgotten their names already, but I just think this is going to be a much, much stronger camp. And as well too, the fact that he's had more time to train. I know with the tour and all that, but I bet you from outside, and even Mini Minter can tell you from the podcast that he's trained outside of the tour. So either way, he's still been training as much as Logan has as well. So I think this is going to be a much, much stronger like KSI, to be honest, from what we saw last year. I think this is KSI 2.0 on Super Saiyan type thing, you know, sort of like what we saw in the Creed movies, you know. I know that's more dramatics and more theatrical and stuff like that, but like that's a good example of, you know, in the first fight, you know, it's not technique and stuff like that, you know, his heart's not there, it's not as good as what we saw from the second training camp, where it's like Creed has gotten to a new sort of skill and technique and stuff like that. So I feel like it'll be the same with JJ as well too, particularly with this strong training camp for sure. And I do believe that JJ has got a ridiculously good chance of beating Logan, particularly with the coaches that he's training with. Like, they're really top level, high level stuff. They have helped so many fighters, including of course their star pupil in Floyd Money Mayweather, the 50-0 legend that he is, of course. And I feel that in this camp that JJ's got, like I said, a really good chance of doing it this time around.
I got a message for them. Zoom into my face right now. Mr. and Mrs. KSI, thank you. I fucking love you for giving me the opportunity to beat the shit out of your asshole son.
Yep, of course. Logan's gonna go there, of course, talk about that. Obviously finding out rumours of the fact that JJ hit his mother, which I don't believe, to be honest, but like I said, I'm not going to talk a lot on it because obviously we're not talking about that feud, we're talking about the fight, so I'm not going to get into great detail about it. But it was a pretty bad situation between JJ and Deji, obviously with the parents as well too. JJ even made a video in like, it was like, I think it was August, September, and it was quite deep, to be honest. Yeah, and I definitely had a lot of sympathy for JJ, of course, in what he was feeling and the type of situation he was at, you know, him versus his whole family pretty much. So yeah, and the fact that Logan's going for it as well probably doesn't do him that good. Probably is like, oh shit, and all that type of stuff, but it happens to the best of us. Hopefully that family thing like that gets sorted soon. And in actual fact, I was actually going to make a video reacting and sort of giving my thoughts on it as well, and giving maybe some advice to both of them perhaps, but due to certain things I couldn't, unfortunately. So although I did make some tweets, giving my thoughts, my actual thoughts on it regarding that, of course, got some hate for it, so that's the reason why I took it down. It was like a bombard amount, so I felt like I was in the wrong, so I got rid of them, but in actual fact I was in the right when JJ made his video. So yeah, it was just a bad sticky moment, to be honest, that, you know, I don't feel like talking about, to be honest. Yeah, but like I said, well on that too much, I'm gonna continue to react. So yeah,
Take it off, bro.
Maybe take it off.
Hey, we tried. Remember
Come
what you did
take
last
it.
year?
Yeah, what
Remember
happened?
what you did last year?
Yeah.
I couldn't take it off because you super glued it to your fucking
Nah,
head.
that was your wig, bro. I had your wig.
Nah, bro.
I've made a severe and
see how Logan doesn't react, you know, it still gets to him. It really does. Good shot at AJ's point side, you know. Yeah, very, very good.
Yeah, and what about Deji? Because, by the way, your own fucking brother said I'm going to win this fight. And by the way, you know who else said I'm going to win this fight? The best boxer from your country, Tyson Fury, said I'm going to win this fight.
Oh, okay. So that was a good part. That was a very good part at JJ, of course. And you can even hear it from right now in an interview. He's, you know, Tyson said that he truly believes that Logan is actually going to win the fight.
I actually fancy Logan Paul. It was a close fight, the first one. I feel he's going to learn from his mistakes and he'll train harder this time and win it.
So very, very interesting indeed. If that's Tyson's opinion, then so be it. He's entitled to his own opinion. You know, he's entitled to his own thoughts on who he truly thinks is going to win the fight.
Sit the fuck down. Your suit is loose. Your suit is loose.
Suit's not that loose, come on. Have you seen him? Look, he looks dapper, you know? Whole waistcoat thing with the shirt and the trousers. I think that looks stylish, to be honest. I mean, hell, like, it would be something I'd probably rock up in as well, too, at certain press conferences or certain events or something like that. Like, it looks dapper, you know? It looks nice.
No, let me talk. All right. First of all, before I talk about you, Logan, I want to talk about Jay. Let's talk about Jay real quick.
So, yeah, so basically, JJ goes on to talk about Jake instead of Logan. And that's basically, this was something that JJ said in a video, was that the reason why he did that was basically piss off and antagonize Logan in such a way that it gets under his skin quite a lot, because when the spotlight is not with Logan, you know, gets pissed off and cries like a baby, of course, because he wants that attention. He's an attention seeker, pretty much, and him not getting the spotlight and the trash talk he deserves, the fact that it's aimed at Jake really hits at home, and you could definitely see the frustration in Logan's face and his body language, and also from what he's saying as well.
Real nice. Go,
So you talking about semantics, bro?
Make sure you don't make the kid.
What the fuck? We can't even see that, Jake. Jesus Christ.
Jake, I want you to fight. Jake, no, listen. I want you to fight, but I want you to fight someone that actually makes fucking sense. No one wants to see you fight Soulja Boy. We don't want to hear Jake. We don't want to hear that. No one wants to see you fight Soulja Boy. No one wants to see you fight Fousey Tube. Okay, hey, big whoop. He knocked down the clown that was half his weight.
So yeah, so Logan still getting frustrated, of course. Also, I want to point out the whole Jake Paul next opponent thing. Basically, for some reason, Eddie decided that he didn't want to put Jake Paul on this card. The reason behind it was because that he wanted to ration out the whole card or the fight schedule coming up. Make Jake fight later in an attempt to gain more subscriptions, because obviously they're partnered with DAZN. If you don't know yet, DAZN are partnering with Matchroom Boxing to be the broadcast for the US and other territories as well, and also to help other coverage rights, including Sky, of course, who are Eddie Hearn's main UK company that broadcasts the fights. So of course he's going to do it. He wants to make as much money as he can possible. This is smart play, but at the same time it kind of sucks that it's not happening, but just is what it is. We have to take it and just move on with it. Jake is fighting next, and basically stated that he wanted to fight Soulja Boy and Fousey Tube, which, if I'm honest, is not the opponents. If anything, it should be Inisom Good, because Inisom beat Jay Swingler and he beat Max. He was one of many guys who fought not only KSI Logan Paul fight, also fought on the KSI Weller card as well. And let's not forget, his performances have been incredible, really truly incredible. He has ridiculous power, his technique is really, really good, and I just think it'll be a really good match between him and Jake Paul. It's particularly with Jake as well, he beat Edgy, so really it should be a Nissan now, because a Nissan beat a worthy opponent. You know, he should go and fight Jake because it's the fight that makes sense. But for some odd reason, Jay's just saying that he doesn't have enough clout and all that.
Anderson Gibb, or is he not? But he doesn't have enough clout.
I mean, who cares about clout? I mean, it should be about skill and performance and logic, really. Based on that, it should be Nissan, but Jake's just ducking and diving on that, to be honest, for some odd reason. It's just stupid, to be honest.
One guy that you keep ducking and diving. You keep making sure you don't fight him. And you know who I'm talking about. Anisong Gibb. Anisong Gibb. We want you to fight Anisong Gibb.
Jake, you know exactly who Anisong Gibb is. This is a guy that has got over many millions of subscribers. He is by far one of the biggest British YouTubers out there. Do you not know who the fuck this is? Like, and you're telling me that he's irrelevant. Bitch, come on. Like, are you serious right now? Like, oh my god. Like, honest to god, it's so fucking shit, and like, he's such a fucking bitch, to be honest.
Felt that.
Go! Make a suicide joke! Go!
Oh, no, okay.
Do a forest joke. We know it's coming. Go! Where's Chloe? I know. Go!
That's the thing, like, Logan just thinks that JJ's gonna go and dig for that, when that's just so cliche and, like, predictable, to be honest. Like, that's one of the issues with Logan. Like, he thinks that JJ's gonna go for this sort of way and dig into that sort of way, or do certain things that he expects. And in reality, that's not the case. You know JJ's gonna go for something different. You know JJ's gonna go for the unpredictable. It's a way of finding new angles to hit you harder, to get inside the skin. Many people do this, you know. It's called diversifying from what is to be expected, and JJ is doing that right now. This is why Logan's getting so frustrated, because he wants to hear all of this so that he can fire back with his own, and therefore hit him counter and get inside the skin of JJ, which is mainly what he's trying to do, trying to use it to more antagonize JJ, which is and it's backfiring on him, and he's panicking, and you can see it in the press conference. He's panicking, he's screaming, he's trying everything he can to make it his show, to be honest, and it just simply isn't working. It's not working at all. So you can clearly see that JJ's getting under the skin of Logan 100%.
In this fight, you're gonna be Kong and I'm gonna be the fucking coyote.
Oh, this was good. This was very, very good. I loved it. When JJ hit that, that was perfect, because legit, Logan was not expecting it. I wasn't even expecting it either. I didn't realise that that actually happened to Logan earlier this year. So, if you didn't know, basically, Kong, Logan Paul's dog, basically got eaten or killed by a coyote. And Kong meant quite a lot to Logan, actually. You can see it in the videos, they were quite close, and it can be justified with any dog owners for sure. So when that happened, it's free gain for KSI to go and take that and take a dig at Logan for that, which is very smart play. Very fucking smart play, and the way he says it is so fucking good. So bad props for JJ for bringing that out, because that is actually sick, to be honest.
My man came through like, hey yo, you don't know how to sell out events. When I was doing my music tour, you don't know how to sell out events.
You couldn't sell out a 50-person venue in your own country. You're a SoundCloud rapper.
I mean,
you ain't shit.
I mean, I did, and you saw the videos.
50-person venues.
I mean, I did.
What do you do?
So how about your Challenger Games? I mean, you promote the shit out of it.
The what?
The Challenger Games.
Oh, the charity event for the Special Olympics?
Well, I've done charity events as well, and I sold out, so what's your excuse?
Oh, yeah, that was good. That was good from JJ. I like that. And it's true. Logan in that Challenger Games earlier this year didn't do shit. Literally, you could see it from the stand. There was barely anyone at that charity event. And then you compare that to KSI's charity event, the football matches with the sidemen. Like, dude, it's an easy win. It's an easy win and an easy dig from JJ give to Logan. Oh my god, this is why I love JJ so much. Like, he doesn't like go for the obvious digs or the obvious insults. Goes in there, he researches, he hits him with some very like smart and creative digs that really get inside and really antagonize Logan quite a lot.
You're a music guy and you can't sell out 50-person
Logan, that's not really a good dig, to be honest, because you do know that JJ has sold out many venues during his latest tour earlier this year. He's just trying to point it out like he hasn't sold. Okay, maybe he has one time, but most of the time, from what we can see, they're pretty much sold out and it looks jam-packed. So, not really a good diss, Logan. I'm not gonna lie to you, not really a good diss at all. Like, I think this is just Logan sort of digging a bigger grave within himself during this press conference, for sure.
Bro, people are saying you don't have a dick out there.
Go ask your mom. Hey, your mom's right there. Hey, how's my dick?
Hey, mom, does JJ have a dick?
Hey.
No!
Yeah, so you got Logan's mum in the back there and just stating that JJ has no dick. Yeah, just, I don't know, I just didn't rate that bit there, to be honest. It's just, I don't know. Yeah, I felt like it was a weak par, to be honest. And I bet that's not true as well with mum knowing how big JJ's dick is, because obviously I think they've never like properly like talked or met or done anything sexually or romantically, to be honest. So yeah, simply not true and kind of a bit weak, to be honest.
Ultimately, I'm gonna go in and knock him out. That's just the aim of the game.
That's original.
That's what I'm gonna do. Like,
ultimately,
no
I'm gonna go in and knock him out.
Hey, that's actually
you
pretty
don't
good,
say. The objective of boxing, you don't say.
Okay,
bro, I won
now.
this one. Stand up like a man and say some shit that offends me.
But Logan, you didn't. Like, that's the thing, you didn't. Like, all the shots that you were saying, okay, alright, I'll give it to you with the Deji. I'll give it to you with something else, I'm not sure. My memory's so shit, but the other thing as well, they were good. They were really, really good. Other than that, mate, your disses were so weak as hell. Like, they didn't hit, they weren't jaw-dropping at all. Compare that to JJ. JJ came in with some really, really original bars and disses that really stuck into your head quite a lot. Particularly to Jake, then talking to Logan, wanted what he assumed to happen to him. And when it didn't, he cried like a baby. He started yelling, he started talking, and he tried really, really hard to make JJ talk to him. Very, very smart from JJ and many others that have helped him take this W in this press conference. I have to say, he has taken a massive W in this press conference. So that was the first press conference in LA. Very much a easy win for AJ. Like I said, I clearly stated my reasons previously. So now, with all that being said, we are now going to move on to the London press conference. Now, before I talk on that, I need to give some backstory regarding the lead up to the UK press conference. So basically, there was going to be UK press conference. Because of the Pauls being pussies, pretty much, they decided they didn't want to do the UK press conferences. And I can clearly understand, to be honest, because as we saw from the last UK press conference, there was a lot of crazy shit going on, particularly towards Logan, because obviously he's enemy territory. A lot of the fans and the crowd are going to be more aimed towards JJ. And because the UK people are very rough, you know, it is, even for myself, the UK people are very, very rough, particularly people in London and stuff. You know, you hear it on the news a lot about gang violence and stuff like that. It's very, very common and stuff. There was a lot of commotion and a lot of drama that happened after the press conference. So you could see Logan trying to avoid and duck away from that press conference from taking place. Because of the fact that that happened, a lot of people started attacking Logan and also attacking Eddie, pretty much cancelling the UK press conferences. And it got to a point where there was so much backlash from it that Eddie had no choice but to make it happen because of the fans. So as a result, we finally have the UK press conference a couple of weeks after the LA one. And yeah, with that, I'm going to be reacting to that said press conference that took place in the UK.
London, how you doing?
So you can hear the pop and the crowd are a lot more passionate and a lot more louder than they were LA. Obviously, different settings, different environment, of course, but you can just tell and hear it's just a lot more passionate and a lot more buzz than it was at LA for sure. By the way, what is Jake wearing? Like, oh my god. Top hat and a weird little shirt? Dude, what the fuck, man? Why is he wearing that shit? And he's got a tee as well, like trying to act like British and stuff. Like, bruv, like this ain't working. Like, what the fuck? Oh my goodness. Oh my god.
Hey, I thought you guys would shut up now since I beat Deji's ass. Y'all are still mad, huh?
Damn.
Yeah, let it out. Let it out. Ah!
I love it from Leo. Just go like, oh my god. You can tell he's just not a YouTuber. He's just like airing shit out that he thinks is fun and alright. But no, I respect him. He's a really nice, down-to-earth guy, to be honest. So yeah. And as for Jake, yeah, I know you beat Deji, but when you truly are the man, you should fight Eddie Son. He's not. He's being pussy. He's just. I can't get too mad. It's an Eddie as well. You know, there was rumours that the fight was actually going to happen on the card, but for some odd reason, Eddie wants to push it further down the line for money's sake, to be honest.
To introduce the fighter, no need for me. We're going to bring up a special guest to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, a big London round of applause for True Geordie.
Big ups to Sky Sports for getting True Geordie to host the UK press conference, because as you may have known from the last one, True Geordie was actually the moderator and was the main host of the UK press conference last time. And generally with Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn taking over, I generally thought they would go for a different flavour this year, but no, they've stuck to the originality of what happened beforehand and got in one of the true MVPs of the whole YouTuber boxing saga, and you know, and us understand what it's about and stuff. True Geordie, and I fully respect him. He's a true legend. He's very down to earth. He's brutally honest, and yeah, he's just an all-round good guy. Like, even though I haven't met him myself, seeing him from videos and understanding his personality, I just have nothing but respect to him. Like, he's a true MVP for sure.
London, what the fuck is up?
Oh my god, I love that. Oh, big up True Geordie. I rated that. That was good. Oh my god. Just total, like, fuck it, let's just go for it.
He goes by the name of the Maverick. His name is Logan Paul.
You can see there's a little bit of delay there. Obviously, Logan having dark memories of what happened last time. So yeah, you can't blame him for being very sort of nervous once again, in hostile territory once more. So obviously the introductions from both fighters on this are played with songs, and obviously I can't play it in raw because obviously I get copyrighted, of course. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to use two different songs for both of them in the same way that I did it with the last one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 20, 21, 22, 23, 28, 29.
So yeah, I hope you guys understand. So yeah.
Bitch, you know you gonna lose. I got one question for you.
Wait, can we just stop and have a look at Logan? Like, Jesus Christ, man, what are you wearing, bruv? That little cap or whatever with the black jumper or the black crop top. And dude, man, you are not hard at all. Like, I'm sorry, Logan, but this is just terrible, man. Holy shit.
That's a shame. All the support that we gave you in World War II, and this is how you return the favor.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that was a good diss. And it is true, to be honest. So yeah, as much as people say it's weak, I have to give him props on that. That's okay, that's a good diss.
Looking Gucci, sharp is all I want until
this was good. This was really good. Good way of getting under the skin of Logan, I've got to say that. Like, this is like a first round insta win in this press conference. Immediate. The fact that he brings an almost identical dog to Kong, Logan's dog that died. Like, this is just so fucking good. It gets to his soul so deep. Like, and it's just so fucking good. Like, oh my god, I love JJ so much for this.
It suits me. Everything is on point. Show the ground for how I'm living.
So apparently Logan had a dog treat and gave it to Kong, and actually in fact the reason why he had that is apparently someone or whatever, and I don't know who it was, but basically someone tipped Logan off that JJ was going to bring a dog similar to Kong on the stage. So him knowing that, he decides, okay, let me just get a little treat and bring that up on stage, and when he brings it out, I'm going to do that to him. So that's why Logan had that dog treat in hand.
Death for views. Use a dead guy for views.
Don't bro
use
me if you don't know me.
Death for views. Is there anything that dies that you won't use for views.
See, that's a good diss right there. Every time anybody dies or a certain thing dies, tries to get as much out of it as possible to help his views, to really in the end help his views. Yeah, you just know it was just an instant W on that one.
Yo, you know you're Mr. Let's Go Champ. Let's Go Champ, right? Exactly. Hey yo, let's fuck that whole line up. Let's go Trump. Let's go Trump. Let's go Trump.
That was good. I respect that. Smart play from JJ. I rate that. That was actually really good. Because let's be real, the Let's Go Chump is so fucking like saturated and like right now it's just so dead. Like every time I hear it, it just makes me want to fucking kill myself, to be honest. So I'm really glad JJ went into that and fucked it up, to be honest, because it needs to be fucked. It needs to be destroyed. I don't know. Shannon needs to get fucked up for sure, because his personality right now is so fucking shit, particularly as he's trying so fucking hard to be relevant.
Bro, I'ma yoss you. Yeet.
Question for JJ.
Notice how the press conferences is much more structured and much more better than it was in LA. The last one I felt it was more of a theatrical fest, to be honest. Whether this, it's more structured. There's a really good moderator in True Geordie. Getting the hard questions in at the right time, which is really good. Keeping order with this whole thing without turning into how it was in both the LA press conferences beforehand. This is why I respect True Geordie as a moderator. You know, he's very good at keeping order for sure.
That's the only thing. We got more.
The only thing Vidal could do. The only thing Vidal could do.
Another one for you.
I love it. Went from 0 to 100 real quick, and you can see from Shannon he's ticked off. He's like, oh my fucking god, you would not fucking dare, you bitch. Vidal just coming into his own there. I fully rate that. That's so sick, man.
You ready to let me talk?
Yo, if you haven't been relevant, you've never been relevant, bro. You're not relevant now.
Really, Shannon? You're gonna pull that? Let's count stats. Your Twitter has less followers than Vidal's. Instagram has less followers. Actually, your whole social has less followers than Vidal, proving that you are irrelevant than Vidal. Vidal is the most relevant. Bruv, he's the guy that has now been signed by Showtime. He's knocked out many opponents in his last few fights, and overall, he's just more relatable to the audience. So really, having that diss is very weak from Shannon. Very weak, I've got to say.
Jake, are you gonna talk? Jake, are you gonna talk?
Y'all got it.
Are you gonna talk?
Hey, good luck, boys. Good luck.
No, not you.
We got a brick shit house.
No one cares
I
about
want to be a YouTuber.
I love how again JJ and the whole camp are just mainly not focusing on Logan and more focusing on Jake. Like I pointed out again, this is how you fuck Logan up, by talking shit to his brother, paying more attention to his brother than Logan himself. Very fucking smart, and you can tell from his body language, even in this one as well, that he is just absolutely offset, and as a result he's just fucking agitated a lot by this.
Show me then.
Slap you in the face with a fish, bro.
I mean, no. Well, I'm gonna punch you in the face. How's that?
Walleye, bro.
I love it. I love it. It's just JJ just comes back and just says the obvious thing that is meant in boxing. Logan, how are you gonna say all that shit? You even said in the LA press conference.
The objective of boxing, you don't say.
But in this, you're saying you're gonna slap him on the head with a fish or something like that. You're just talking shit, Logan. You're really not helping yourself at all.
Hey, you want Gib?
Oh, you want Gib?
Hey, yo, where's Big Gibber?
Big Gib.
Hey, where's Big
is
Gibber?
coming to the stage.
Hey, bring him up. Bring him up. Whoa.
With his big ass nose. He's got a big ass nose.
Hey,
Looking like Superman's head with that big beak.
We got Jake Paul.
You're like Pinocchio.
Where's he at?
You're like Pinocchio. I can't see you.
You're scared.
Got your nose. Got your nose.
You're fucking scared.
You got a big ass nose.
Jake Paul.
Love it. Gib just went on the stage and just wanted it. He wanted shit from Jake. And that's the thing. I heard that Jake actually said that Gibbo walked away and was being a pussy, when in actual fact Gibbo was the one that went at Jake at the beginning, starting shit with him, wanting shit from him. So in reality, Jake, do you really think Gib was a pussy? No, I don't think so. Trust me, it was just you two. Trust me, he would go off on you 100%.
This man is 5'8", got tired in 5 minutes in his last fight. He's a joke. He punched himself in his face 2 times last fight. Look at the footage. Do the replays. He punched himself 2 times.
I gotta hand it to Jake though. I have to say this, even though I despise Jake and I hate what he stands for, I have to really admit that he is very, very smart. He has researched previous events that happened, particularly with Gibbo, with his last few fights. And that's very, very good. I have to give him that. It shows that he has analysed the fight properly. He has understood what Gibbo's main weaknesses are. As a result, have exploited them in the view of the public. That's very, very smart from Jake. I have to give it to him, even though I despise him.
Shut up. Yo, man. Jake, you look like a fucking clown, bro.
He actually does. I'm not gonna lie, he actually does. Like, that shirt, man. Oh my god. Oh, what is that? All that colour and stuff like that. Like, oh gosh, it's something I would not wear. Like, don't get me wrong, I wear shirts for sure. No, that's something you would never catch me dead wearing.
What's up with Logan looking like some with his Dwayne Johnson looking ass French?
Question for Logan.
That's so fucking true, like, exactly, like, he's wearing, like, this sort of, he's trying to, like, think he's, like, Dwayne Johnson, when in reality, he's not. Mate, you barely beat JJ, and JJ pretty much dominated you in the later round, so you ain't shit, bruv, come on.
To all my fans out here, but more importantly, to all the people who aren't my fans. I fucking love you! And I accept you.
Heck yeah.
I love everyone. And once I beat this man, I welcome you with open arms.
That's just not true, Logan. And like, look at it here, here's the way he does it. He just stands up there, like, he thinks he needs the shit, man. One thing I must say about Logan, the way he presents himself. He presents himself in a very unprofessional, very sort of immature manner. JJ is just sitting there, he's being very chill, talking in the right moments of when he needs to talk. And it's just a lot more of a mature, much more presentable attitude that he's presenting.
I mean, there's plenty. There's Lomachenko. There's...
Oh my god. If Logan could get that low, he brought condoms. Oh my god. Small pecker. Oh my god. Nah, fam. His boy cannot help himself, for God's sakes. Why are you bringing that? That's just so unnecessary, man. Holy shit. God. Oh. And it doesn't even faze JJ at all. Like, he just rubs it off as nothing. Like, even the previous ones that he did, like, he didn't really faze him at all. Like, this is so, like, childish what Logan's doing right now. It's unreal, to be honest.
I think he's a strong guy. I'm impressed with the fact that he called, Logan out. He wanted this fight. He didn't want to ask for this fight. So he's going to get what he asked for. But I think that he's a real good, tough kid. I think he's a talented kid. I think that he's got a future in boxing. But he's going to start his career off with a loss because he ain't ready yet. And that guy can't train a dog to sit.
I have to give Shannon Briggs some props to this. Like, he is at least being respectful and giving a little bit of props to JJ, of course. He could have legit just said, like, total domination for sure. JJ's so shit. Like, his technique, his skill is not on level to Logan Paul. But instead, he gives some props to JJ in terms of that he's a talented kid with a lot of good skill sets. And I have to give him that. Even though he's an annoying guy and some of the shit is just so, like, immature and, like, cringe, I have to give him props for that. It's really classy from him for sure. And as you can see from this face off, you can see the confidence brewing more towards JJ than it is for Logan. Logan not saying stuff, KSI saying stuff very confidently. So yeah, just further solidifying JJ's instant confidence in and with himself in terms of the build up to the fight, whereas Logan very sort of quiet, not saying shit, suggestions of doubt for sure, to be honest, whether he can get the job done or not. So that was what happened during the press conference, and as a summary, I thought that it was very, very good than the last two. Definitely from the LA side as well too, because from the end, Eddie Hearn was jumping in and sort of taking control of the whole theatrical chaos that happened during the press conference. And then the UK was much more controlled as well too, much more moderated from True Geordie, giving some really good questions. I must say he is a really good moderator because he asks some smart and logical questions that make sense towards the fight and that are very insightful to us in terms of the certain things that are said that could give us more of a good idea on what to expect coming into the fight. And in terms of the mental game between the two, I think JJ won that for sure. He was very, very confident. He was very original in terms of his disses, particularly with the Kong thing. I definitely thought that was a very good, smart move on his behalf as well. And not only that, but and also his smart move of directing his attention towards Jake instead of Logan himself and inside his skin, and therefore making Logan very frustrating, which he did during the 2 press conferences. As for Logan, I'm not gonna lie, most of the disses were very weak, to be honest. Although saying that there were a few that I have to give it to him, he was very good at. In particular, the Deji and the family comment, I thought that was very, very smart. Sort of delving into the past and obviously taking the obvious. That was what happened. And then afterwards we had this sort of gloves are off video, which coincidentally was uploaded on JJ's channel. And in fact, in that video, we see only JJ at that table, no Logan opposite him, which was a massive surprise and really spoke volumes in terms of the confidence within JJ and also the doubts and worries that Logan has within himself, which definitely is a huge suggestion for sure. But at the same time, it could be different. Maybe Logan had other priorities, or maybe wanted to focus more on training. We don't know, but it definitely looked like JJ definitely had obvious upper hand on Logan in terms of that part. And obviously during the time when the press conferences and all that's happening, we do see interviews, of course. Obviously both of them talking a big game in terms of what they think is going to happen and their true thoughts on how they're going to win the fight, and obviously their true aspirations in beating one another, humiliating them, putting them to shame pretty much. And then afterwards we get the documentaries, and definitely these were very nice. I definitely enjoyed these documentaries. Very nice insight into both these camps. Obviously their training, the certain coaches that they have and why they've taken those coaches on. Obviously JJ has got Vidal Riley, but also not only that, but he's also applied more towards the Mayweather camp, and that's very key as well too. Definitely is going to help him out a lot more, particularly in terms of his defense and all that, because obviously Mayweathers are very good at training fighters in terms of defense, particularly the likes of Floyd Mayweather, of course, one of the best defenses out there, so obviously that's going to be a thing. And then of course Logan Paul with Shannon Briggs, of course, the 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. Then you got Milton Lacrosse, who is founder of Supreme Boxing and has trained with many fighters who have become world champions from him. So as you can tell, very good training comes from both of them, both unique and both different from one another. And then obviously we get to see some of the daily regimens and nutritions that they do, and it's very, very insightful. Or I mean, pretty much the whole documentary is very insightful, and we definitely get a nice, well done, well documented, even though it was just 15 minutes long. The way in which they did it and the way it was edited, it was so fucking good, and it was really insightful to see, to be honest. And then of course we get their own documentaries. Of course JJ already released his Can't Lose documentary last year before the Logan Paul fight, and in this one you get to see more footage from that original documentary towards the Logan Paul fight, the first fight of course. And I've got to say, footage that we see is absolutely spectacular, really, really insightful, very interesting indeed. Definitely get to hear a lot about JJ in terms of his mindset and his thoughts and feelings going into the first fight. In particular, the nerves that he's feeling, the fact that he wasn't truly confident in that first fight because he didn't know what Logan's fight style was like. But even so, that last documentary piece was very, very well done, well edited. And I liked how they got rid of that last bit. You know, in the original documentary there was that last bit of a girl talking about JJ's body language and what that means overall in terms of his confidence. I'm really happy they got rid of that and instead transitioned it beautifully to additional footage that we saw. And like I said, the pace was good, the editing was good, really, really impactful. Whereas with the Logan Paul Maverick one, which I saw yesterday, it was very insightful and very interesting to hear Logan's perspective on how he felt, particularly more towards the suicide forage, which the documentary mainly focuses on for the first part of the documentary, which people could argue isn't relevant and should have been brief, which I do kind of have to think, to be honest, because I felt like it should have been more aimed at the fight. But even so, it was still a part of Logan's life and it was a massive controversy, so I guess I can understand why it was needed in there, of course. And just from like the training camps and all that type of stuff like that, it was very interesting to see like the struggles and the pain that Logan had, and it wasn't easy for Logan. People thought that, oh, because Logan's athletic and stuff like that, he's gonna have the advantage. But no, when we see from the training camps from the documentary, you see that he goes through a lot of struggle, and he even emotionally breaks down after one of the training sessions he has. So very, very interesting to see, and definitely brings a new side of Logan that we didn't see at all beforehand. And as for the fight itself, it's not as very detailed, and like, you don't hear a lot of the pure emotions and pure feelings and thought from Logan as much as what JJ did, and that part was shown. So that's something I have to criticize Logan and his team about that documentary. But even so, both of them are very good, and I have to give praise to both of them for sure. And then obviously we had the True Geordie podcast, where both of them came on just probably a week before the fight. And on this occasion, we not only had JJ and Logan, but we also had other people around both of these fighters. For JJ, we had his head coach Vidal Riley, and also JJ's longtime friend Simon / Mini Minter. And then on Logan's side, we had Jake Paul, and I've forgotten who the guy's name is. He's the guy that's been Logan's friend for a long time, and also the co-host of Impulsive. Anybody knows, comment that down below, that'd be great. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Both of them were very confident within themselves, very honest and open about their skills and their mindsets going into the fight. And actually both of them talking about what they're going to do afterwards, because True Geordie obviously asked both of them that. But JJ was just trying to see how far he can take boxing, and who knows, he was very, very realistic. I have to admit, he was very, very realistic. Some people, they can be like, oh, as soon as I beat Logan, I'm gonna try and go for the world championship. But in reality, JJ was being very realistic in terms of what his plans were afterwards, which is very, very good. Logan's was very sort of, I would say, very interesting, and you could say a bit possible to achieve. But I guess anything is possible when you put your mind to it, particularly from Logan's side, of course. You know, his passion, his aspiration, his drive, I guess. He wanted to get into the UFC, wanted to be signed by Dana White, and hopefully fight a few people before getting a world title shot and claiming a world championship in the UFC. Very interesting, of course, but Logan's got a long way to go to achieve that, to be honest, because he's obviously got to learn certain things within MMA, because boxing to MMA is so much more different and is a much greater leap than people think. You've got to learn different things like ground game, clinch game, striking at times, because you've got to learn the kickboxing, and he hasn't done any kickboxing at all. There's so many factors within MMA that are much more advanced than it is in boxing. Boxing is like a tiny speck of what MMA is, to be honest. Also, another thing I should point out in the podcast is that JJ is kind of chill, and you can definitely see it from his head coach to his friend as well too. They're all very chilled. They obviously have that amazing drive and that self-confidence, but they're more sort of chill and sort of more professional, to be honest. Whereas with Logan, you see in the podcast, one time in the podcast, he actually stands up on the table. Like I said, it just shows his true colours of being such a showman and being a really immature. I mean, that's the thing. We have two different personalities and two different maturity levels colliding to one another and fighting it out. JJ the chill one, and Logan the very sort of showman-like, crazy, out of control type person. And then afterwards, leading into fight week, because obviously I'm recording this on a Wednesday, and obviously some things have happened during fight week. During fight week, a lot of interesting stuff happened. Obviously, we had the workouts. I'm not sure where this was at. It looked like it was a very public area, to be honest. The boxing ring made front and center in our eyes. And yeah, it was just typical, usual things that we saw from the last time, but in a more sort of open and grander scale, to be honest. There was something very interesting that happened during that workout, where basically JJ comes up, he goes up to ringside. You know, Shannon's talking with JJ and all that type of stuff. Logan's up in the background in the ring, one way or the other. Shannon just swings at JJ, and just all hell breaks loose in the corner of the ring. After which JJ leaves, and that's about it, really. So definitely a lot of heated rivalry in that. Another incident as well happened. Well, it wasn't really more of an incident, it was more sort of the usual trash talking theatrics we usually hear from both of them, where basically as JJ's presenting his 40 days on the Zone documentary, Logan coming from the side viewing area basically starts trash talking JJ, trying to rattle JJ, but JJ absorbing everything that Logan has been giving towards JJ. It happens for a little bit, and then obviously JJ, as soon as JJ has done introducing the documentary, he leaves, and that's about it. And then finally, funny enough, basically what happens is in an interview with the Zone, Logan comes from the little, I don't know what they call it, but like banner thing behind in the background, and just starts making those childish insults saying you're a pussy, you're a pussy, you're a pussy. Usual shit that we hear from Logan a lot, which is what to be expected, and obviously JJ brushing him off and continuing with the interview with the reporter. And yeah, that's about it. Some people think it's fake, and I kinda can understand what they're coming from. I mean, because even after the fight, there was a little bit of respect between each other, a little bit of an embrace. I feel like both of them have a raw hatred to one another, even though it's not as deep as, say, if it was JJ against Jake, but still there is that little bit of animosity within each other that I feel is real, to be honest. Also, another thing I want to touch light on is that both the Logan and JJ's camp have not done any diss tracks or any controversial things towards one another or anything like theatrical, to be honest. I know what you're saying, oh, there's a press conference and stuff like that, but I'm just talking about like outside of that whole thing, sort of the diss tracks. They haven't done that, which is very much a surprise, but I can understand why they've done that, and I'm going to tell you why I feel that they've done that, because they know well and doubt that anything that they give to one another is just going to be absorbed, because they already shot their shot, and so if they were to shoot their shot again, it would just be like old and dead and something like that. Even though it'd be good for us, particularly the diss tracks, because it'd be nice to hear what new and creative things they have done and stuff like that, but at the same time it's just going to be the same shit we've heard beforehand in the first fight. So that's the reason why I feel that they haven't done it at all, and in fact I actually like it, to be honest, because now it's all about the focus of the fight rather than all the theatrics and stuff like that, which, don't get me wrong, are good. I'm not saying they're bad, but I'm just saying over time it gets dead, to be honest. No one here wants to hear the same tune over and over again. Now that all the theatrics and all the behind the scene documentaries are out of the way, now we get to talk about the main big thing, the main part of the video, which is the prediction based upon the last fight indeed. Oh, and FYI, I'm also going to refer to many sources, of course, True Geordie, and also Design, which uploaded a video with both fighter and the head coach analysing and discussing the last fight that took place in August of last year. So with that out of the way, let's talk about my prediction for the fight. So as for my prediction, I think this is going to be a very different fight from what we saw last year. I think both of them are going to be really well developed, particularly for Logan, because he's had more time to train and develop his skills and really laying out the issues that cost him the fight. And same could be said with JJ. I know, and people could say, oh, but he didn't have all the time compared to Logan because he's had his tour. Well, there are people, including Simon, who is best friends with JJ, who have stated that he has been training outside of the tour, of course, which is key to point out, because that means the times when he was not busy with the tour or whatever, he was still training and still preparing for the fight eventually in November. And another thing to point out is that JJ's had 2 to 3 months to properly prepare for this fight, to get in shape, to prepare himself properly, nutrition wise and skill wise and technique wise for the fight. So I think in terms of skill advancements and the technique advancements that we're going to see in this next fight is going to be vastly improved compared to what we saw last year. Another thing to point out as well is that, like I said, 10-ounce glove. It is a massive thing this time. Remember the McGregor-Mayweather, that was 8-ounce gloves. This is 10-ounce gloves. This is much more heavier gloves, which, okay, people could say, oh, well, it should be 8-ounce gloves or something like that. But still, it is a much more of an improvement and much more of a factor than it was in the last fight. I think the last fight was 12-ounce gloves. This time it's 10-ounce, so which means we're going to see a lot more bigger shots being thrown, real damage being inflicted on one another, particularly with the head guard as well too. And I feel that someone is just going to get knocked out. Whether it's Logan with his raw power that we saw in the last fight, or whether it's JJ, who surprisingly, with the limited footage that we've seen, could land it down and knock him out. And it is leading to the case, to be honest. I mean, we even saw footage of JJ landing a bludgeoning blow, knocking down FaZe Sensei just weeks before the fight. That really shows that JJ is on a different level, skill-wise and technique-wise, to how he was last year. So that could prove a factor in that too as well. But based on the last fight, if it goes the same way as it did last time and it goes all 6, I think Logan's going to throw the big punches at the beginning, try everything he can to knock him out, and JJ, if he doesn't do the big blows or something like that, is going to try and test Logan's conditioning and stamina and make him go all 6 and try and really maybe clip him and knock him out in the latter rounds, because that was one of Logan's biggest weaknesses, his stamina, his cardio. When we saw him go into deep water, he was not liking it one bit. He hated it. He was struggling to get up. He was clinching quite a lot. And I truly believe if that fight went on for like a minute or two more, I think JJ would have knocked out Logan and won the fight. There are certain things within Logan and JJ who I think make me believe that either one of them are going to win this fight. But as a definitive answer, if someone was to come at me and put a gun in me and say, like, who do you think properly is going to win this fight? I have to say it has to be JJ. Even though Logan's had time to develop his skills and whatever, I still think JJ, from the limited footage that we've seen and even the footage that we've seen so far, it positively shows that he has a really good chance of winning the fight, even though he is not the favourite betting wise going into the fight. And also another thing as well that could make me believe that JJ could win this fight is the fact that mentality outside has been really positive and really strong as well too. JJ is very confident within himself, has that fire and that heart within him, and truly believes that he can win this fight. And even we see from the last fight that he had a ton of heart, and I feel like that we're going to see that ton of heart in this fight as well, but in a much bigger scale, to be honest, compared to Logan. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the fight. It's this Saturday. I can't wait. This is definitely going to break a lot of records, pay-per-view buys, to attendance, to many other things that have been already broken from the last fight. This is gonna be groundbreaking. This is gonna be something that in 5-10 years time we're gonna look back and say that was groundbreaking, that was incredible, that was game changer, to be honest. Even though we've had YouTuber boxing events before that were groundbreaking and a massive game changer, in terms of the KSI Joe fight, which was the first YouTuber boxing event, to the Logan Paul KSI fight, which broke all sorts of records in and around the fight. And I think this fight that's coming in Saturday is going to set a massive precedent in terms of the norm for some YouTubers. I mean, not all. I mean, for some, they may not be interested and may do other things, which is fine. But for those willing to get into boxing and really do it properly, you could have some doing amateur fight. You could even see some like Gib or Jake or whoever go pro and take pro fights against real pro fighters, and maybe even some winning world belts in boxing, or maybe even perhaps some YouTubers can venture into other realms of combat sports in terms of kickboxing, MMA, karate, so many other things as well. So really, this just shows that the sky's the limit for any YouTuber. And just real quick before I end this video, I am so proud of where YouTubers come in general, just because of the scale in which it has come from. Like, I remember 2006, 2007 when I first encountered YouTube, seeing all bunch of like very sort of low-end amateuristic videos that were mentally made by the person that was presenting the video and edited by the person that was presenting the videos, to now see it go absolutely like global mainstream in terms of everybody's on it. You're seeing certain big YouTubers who have been in the game for so long hosting NBC shows, to many others who are venturing into acting and stuff like that via Netflix shows or even actual mainstream films. It's crazy in the level of scale YouTube has absolutely exploded ever since like 2006 and 2007 when it was launched. For me as a YouTuber myself, that makes me so fucking proud, and it definitely sets a precedent for anybody who really wants to, can become a creator like myself or any other big YouTubers that are around today, and sets this moral standard that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. For Logan and JJ, good luck to you two. Seriously, good luck. I hope that you put the performance that we can all remember for a long time. I hope it goes the way that you want it to go. And to the loser, well, massive disappointment, but keep your head high. You can definitely bounce back for sure from this, because even so, both JJ and Logan are massive winners because they are getting involved in the biggest YouTube event. Even despite it being stacked with pro fights on the undercard, still, the fact that it's the main event in the Staples Center, presented by Matchroom Boxing and Eddie Hearn, like, that's huge. That is massive. That's the same company that's doing the AJ versus Andy Ruiz fight. You do realize that. It is unbelievable how far this whole YouTube boxing thing has come from. It is incredible. So that is it for today's video. I'm definitely looking forward to this fight this Saturday. This Saturday I'm doing reaction to this video. I'm going to record it, give my full-on raw reaction to the fight itself, and hopefully it should be a fun and enjoyable night nonetheless. I'm rocking for my boy JJ. I hope JJ wins. Let's go JJ. But still, may the best man win either way. If you did enjoy today's video, be sure to hit the like button down below for more. If you are new around here, you want to see more, hit the subscribe button down below with the notification next to it so you can get when my next videos out. And finally, comment down below on who you truly think is going to win this fight this Saturday. Whether it's Logan or JJ, let me know. And yeah guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's your boy Jababoy. Take it easy. I'm out. Peace.
Till I feel a little chilly, yeah. Dog, I got that what you need. I got that what you mean.